So we are here today, guys, with Dave Can, the man. Thought this would be a good occasion to give him what we offer all of our customers, which is an opportunity one-on-one to tune their system with us. So thank you for Dave for being here, and how about you tell us how it's been so far?
Oh, it's my pleasure. Well, you've ruined my life basically because sim racing isn't the same when it's not there. I have tried it because I've been
Yep.
testing it. So I've tried it with the seatbelt tensioner, and I've tried just the motion. Then I tried nothing, and it's dead. It's completely dead. I would have to retrain my brain not to move. It just feels quite natural. So yeah, you've ruined sim racing, but in a good way.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. I've gotten so used to being on motion now that when I drive a system that doesn't have it, for a moment I'm like something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no motion.
Yeah.
It becomes a piece of it for
Yeah,
sure, for
absolutely.
sure. So all right. So the first thing I'm going to do here is an effort to save some bit of time because I know you're a busy guy. Is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to check your settings. So I'm actually going to disable the motion for a second. So don't be alarmed if it goes off.
Never get tired of that.
This is something that
Never get
is,
tired of that going up and down either.
yeah.
When you launch the sim and it like presents itself. You can't beat it.
Oh. Yep. Okay, so this distance is all looking fine. We have 100 stroke. The driver height seems like it's fine. Uh-oh. Things are just very, very slow on my end. Might just get you to do it for me, Dave. Can you scroll down this window? There you go. So there's one thing we want to change. So the actuator speed limit is currently showing 500 millimeters per second.
Okay. Where's that further down? Do you want me to
change that to
scroll down
200.
again? Is that there? Change that to what, sorry?
Yeah, right there.
To 250.
250. Yeah, you can go in and change the number manually as well, yeah.
Oh, crikey, where was that?
Settings, top right.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you. Do you want to do it? Because
keep scrolling up. I will try, but right now, I gotta figure out what's going on because I am very slow at controlling. This button's not bad, but see if you can get you to scroll up.
That's up.
Okay.
There. That's there. 250.
Yep. So that's what we want. Everything else is good. Okay. Turn that off. I'm gonna turn that off. Leave that on. Turn this off and turn this off. I will add this to the mix and bring this down. So essentially what I'm doing at this point is I'm kind of isolating things that are related to the suspension.
Yep.
So I can get you to start driving if you want.
You see there, because there's no pitch. It's strange.
Yes, yeah. So we're going to focus a lot on how the car feels just over the road surface, like just bumps. Tell me what you're feeling.
It feels good. It feels good. It's since you've made those tweaks, it seems to.
Yeah. I'm going to try.
It seems to go up and down a lot, a bit. A bit more travel up and down, which I'm not saying is a bad thing.
Yeah, we're going to be trying a bunch of stuff here, so I'm going to be making one other significant change. We're trying to.
Can you manage?
Yeah, I think I just did. A bit painful, but
Now we've got more movement. Wow.
yeah. So what I just changed is the filter. So some of your filters are very, very high.
Yep.
And what that does is it makes all of the data coming through very smooth. And it's good if you want things to be comfortable, but then everything just kind of gets muddy
Yep.
when you do that. So what I want to try and do, I want to try and make the data more raw, but in order to make it easier and smoother, I'm going to leave the data raw, but I'm going to try and use less travel and maybe slow the speed down for the actuator, and then we're going to see how that
Right.
feels. So I'm going to leave that there for now, but I'm also going to reduce the amount of travel significantly. And then your speed's actually very fast. I'm going to slow that down a little bit in an effort to get a little bit more smoothness back here. All right, so try that.
So I still have that noticeable heave movement, but it's not as the travel's obviously a lot shorter, which you've just changed, and that seems better for me rather than that feels quite nice.
Is it better than what you had before, or worse?
Yeah, no, better. Better. Yeah, better.
Okay. Would you want things to be less jittery and more smooth? Maybe slower, less travel, more travel?
That actually feels pretty good. So now I can feel the undulations in the road a bit more. It's a bit more pronounced. Where before it just felt like, bounces, whereas now it seems to make a bit of sense. Or make more sense, should I say.
So one of the things to note, I've seen this happen before where people want to make an effect less, and what they'll do is they'll reduce the gain.
Yep.
So one thing that's careful when you reduce the gain is you're reducing everything.
Yep.
So you're going to reduce the speed and the travel in correlation. So what I usually recommend is leave the gain at 100,
yep.
But then with the dials below, which I'm playing with smoothing, the input, which is the speed, and then the motion range. So I'm playing with the travel, the speed, and the filter separately.
Yep.
And this way, I can actually tune things down in terms of travel, yet I can bring the speed up. So I can really isolate what I'm looking to do. So I will leave the heave there for now. I'll check this side of here. So this needs to be a little bit less. That's fine. All right, so let's focus on curbs. I'm going to try to change the frequency of the curve to somewhere drastic. All right, I'm done making my changes, so let me know. Okay. So I'm going to change the frequency again, remove all the other settings. What? See that? Let me know if you feel the difference.
Seems to be more of a rumble now than they used to be. Yeah.
So is this better, or was before better?
This. Yeah, this.
This is better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it seems to be more of a...
Do you feel... So go ahead.
More of a, like a deeper rumble, than... I don't know what you've changed, because I can't see SimHub. Well, I can, but I would crash.
You'll be able to revisit it all.
Yeah.
You'll be able to revisit it all after. So what I did is I actually increased the amount of velocity. So I increased the amount of speed onto the actuator. I've increased the amount of travel on the actuator for the effect. And then I initially put the frequency lower. So I put it at 55 hertz.
Yeah.
And then I just dropped it back to 22 hertz, which is where you had it. So now you have the same frequency you originally had, but you have a little bit more speed and a little bit more travel into the effect.
Yeah, because there just seemed to be more of a... It's more impactful than it was before. You know, probably, if there's more travel, then that might be why.
Does it feel too aggressive? Does it feel like it's too much?
No, it feels good. It feels good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
All right, so same thing. We're going to go on to the curbs. I'm going to change some more stuff here. Okay, let's go run over some curbs a little bit more.
Yeah, that feels pretty violent now.
Okay.
Yeah, that feels pretty violent. I wouldn't want to run over too many of those.
Okay, let me make some changes here. Okay, try that.
Yeah, that doesn't feel too bad now. It feels better.
Okay. Maybe a very small change from there. I don't know if that's better or worse.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better.
So next up is an effect. It's called audio optics. You had it off before. It's something that I've been experimenting, and essentially I use it to kind of give me road texture. So the volume going through the optics kind of gives you a road vibration feeling. So I had it on. So let me, as you're driving on the road, try and tune into how that feels. Turn it on. I'm going to turn it on. You prefer it with?
Yeah, so I had that off. See, that's the thing when you go down a little rabbit hole and you make changes and you forget. It's easy to forget what you've changed.
Yeah. Is that an effect that you
like?
Yeah,
I do like it, yeah. I've obviously turned it off and forgot to put it back on. Yeah, I do like that.
I think by default it is off. I think by default it is off, and something that I haven't turned on like for a very long time. And then I wanted to try and get a little bit more road texture in, and I ended up playing with it, and I'm like, oh, I actually like this. And so far everybody's kept it on board.
I do like that.
I gotta make you say hi to somebody here. I don't know if you've ever met him, but Steve, the owner of 41.
All right.
He's upside down, but
hey.
Yeah.
How you doing? You okay?
I'll try and get him on this so he can talk to you before we're done. He's a huge
nice
fan, by the way. So, let me try and increase it. So as you're driving, just feel that out. I'm going to increase it. Let me know if it feels like it's too much. Okay. Go higher.
Yeah, I can really feel that now. So is that linked to speed then, or is it? It's obviously an audio feedback. So does that increase with the speed of the car, or is it?
It would, if the speed if the sound of the game increases as the car goes faster, then yes, it would increase with that.
Yeah, I like that. I do like it. It's maybe down a little bit, maybe just a touch.
Yeah, I will go back down to this and tell me what you think.
Yeah, I like that. It's not overpowering at all, but it's there. Yeah.
Just feel like it's one of those things where if you're in a real race car, like you always get a vibration through the chassis, and that kind of fills in that space. All right, I get you to stop on track where you are. Now we're going to play with gear changes. It's done. Seems to be good. All right, trying to shift your gears. Let's see how it feels. Is it too much?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Try now.
Yeah, that feels good.
Okay, so I'm going to try something here. Try now. Do you see how it's changed from a pitch to a heave motion?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah,
So
I think I like that better.
Do you prefer a heave?
Yeah, I think I do like that better. It's like a kick in the
Let me put both
butt.
on to see if. Yeah, so try this now. This is both effects on. Okay, going back just to heave.
So that's heave only there. Yeah.
Yes. Now let me switch to pitch only. Alright, so this is pitch only.
Yeah, I think I prefer the heave over the pitch. I think I prefer the heave over the pitch. And maybe a little bit more on the heave.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah. Yes, it's like a real kick in the backside when you shift.
All right, so I'm not going to go to pitch and roll yet because that's elevation and camber. You had that tuned out before. So we'll visit that at the end in case we end up putting it back in. But for now, we're going to leave that off. So now let's introduce braking and accelerating. So that looks like it hasn't changed too much from the original profile.
The only thing I did do with the braking was a curve. You know, when I was lifting off the gas, I was getting quite a bit of, surge to pitch. So I wanted a little amount of pitch when I lifted, and then the rest to come when I braked.
Yeah, so a lot of that roughness actually comes from the filter. It's because you're going from an acceleration to a deceleration quickly, and it's the transfer there. What I actually found is, in order to mitigate that, is to bring the smoothing up.
Right.
So with that said, I'm going to try and bring the smoothing up. But by doing that, what I want to do is I still want to not lose the speed of the effect. So I'm going to do a smoothing up first, and let's focus on that accelerating and deceleration motion. And then I'm going to try and focus on the actual motion of it and focus on that speed. So let me try and bring the filter up to see if we can. All right, so try and accelerate and brake now, or on and off throttle, and see how that feels.
Yeah, I like the way there it doesn't pitch too much when I just lift off the gas.
Yep.
But when I brake, I get that pitch.
Yeah, I made some changes to the travel and speed of the effects as well. So see how that feels now.
Yeah, so when you brake hard, it's a real punch forward, which I like.
Yeah. Does it feel like it's too much? It's okay. Try and reduce it. I reduce the travel of it just a little bit. See how that feels.
Yeah, I like that.
Does it feel like it's fast enough? Do you feel more speed?
It feels.
Speed?
Yeah, it feels much quicker than it did. Yeah.
I've increased the speed by a couple milliseconds.
Yeah, that's really quick. From me getting on the brake, it's reacting straight away. Yeah.
Is it too fast?
No, that's perfect. I like that. But I'm still, I'm not getting that pitch when I lift, only when I brake.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn that effect back off for now. Okay, so to roll, this is looking good, although I think I can get you to feel side to side. And then not only that, but also focus on when you're taking corner and loading the car for a long period of time. How does that feel?
It's crazy how it tricks your brain to think that you're continuously moving. You've got that G. It moves, but then it doesn't stop. But obviously it's doing something. But, it feels like it's never ending. It's crazy. Like it doesn't feel like you hit a stop. If that makes sense, where you would expect to, because there's only so much movement. But that feels good. That feels good.
I bet you were talking at the end, though. It's going well. Good job. He's got his sim mounted to the ceiling.
pro
It's going
streamer.
well. We're
Pro streamer.
we're getting there.
The things people don't know about, the things that you've got to do to make things work that people don't ever see.
All this stuff behind the scenes for sure. All right, let me try and increase the speed of the effect. So I'm not touching the travel, I'm not touching the filter.
Okay.
I'm trying to just increase the speed by a little bit. All right, try that. Was it better before?
No, no, that feels good. So what have you done? You've just increased the speed it reacts to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, when we're talking about the smoothing, which you already have high, and usually this effect is a bit high. So it's the same idea as when you're accelerating and decelerating. You don't want a harsh transition. So you want a higher filter, which you already had. So I'm not going to touch that. So that means when you're going left side to side, you're not getting jostled. But I've increased the speed. The speed was a little low. So that means once the actuator starts to move in that direction, then that's the speed that I've increased. So it's more within the range I would normally see.
That feels good.
It's
that
your
feels
preference,
good.
right? Okay. So let me bring back the surge or the pitch of the braking and accelerating so you can feel that together. There you go.
Yeah, that feels good.
Great.
Yeah, it feels good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay. I'm going to try and bring back a bit of elevation change. And then see how that goes. It's slow. Gonna put a lot of filter in it. Same thing with camber. So the way this is set now, it should give you a little bit of immersion with elevation and camber changing on track, but it should be nothing prominent.
I picked the circuit with the least amount of camber, although there's a couple of turns with nicely cambered.
Yeah.
Not really noticeable there. The camber and it's quarter, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't too noticeable,
No.
you said? Great. Then let's just we'll leave it this way then. So at least it kind of gives you an idea that maybe you're going uphill, but it's not giving you that like full effect of full motion.
It's just the only thing that I noticed before when I first started tinkering with it all is the camber was kind of conflicting almost with the roll, you know, and I was kind of getting a little bit confused as to what was doing what.
Yeah, because what happens, both will end up doing something, and sometimes it's the matter of which it happens. Because let's say you camber into a right-hander, so then the sim wants to go to the right, but then the G-forces are sending you the other way. So you could end up being kind of straight at that point, but it's the speed at which the effect comes in. So you might get like an initial like turn for camber, or you might get like the initial force that will pitch you, and then the camber kind of brings you back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a way where you have to stop thinking about it, and then at least for me, I'm very used to looking very, very far, so I can kind of mute out my dash of my sim, so that doesn't interfere with anything. and then it's my body that's taking
Yes.
over and feeling that overall
Yeah.
effect. But I get what you're saying, and it's if you want to tune in more to the lateral forces of the car, then having it tuned the way we do
Yeah.
now, with less changes to camber, completely
Yeah.
makes sense. And there's no wrong way. I can't remember who said it. One of the reviewers talked about it recently. When you're tuning this stuff, it's not necessarily tuning it right, because it's like brake pedals. We
Yeah.
all have different perceptions or different likes about it. It's tuning it to the way that your brain and your body wants to
Yeah.
react or expects it to
Yeah.
feel. And once you can dial that in, it's like, that's what I just felt is this, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted to
Yeah.
feel.
And that's the beauty of
Yeah.
this. I mean, it's not one size fits all. You can change so many things, and whatever your preference is, you know, it's unbelievable.
Yep. Yeah, and like for myself, when I'm getting ready for a real race, I like to crank all the motion up, because you get jostled in a real
Yeah.
car. But if I'm doing a training session with a client, or I'm driving late at night and I'm exhausted, then I have a different
Yeah.
profile that is a lot more
course,
dialed
yeah.
back. So I can feel data from the car, but I'm not being
Yeah.
thrown around.
So I've no reference,
yeah.
because I've never been in a race car, so I don't know how violent it would
Oh.
be in there. You know, I've watched on boards and it looks pretty terrifying and violent. You know, curbs especially. You know, like some of the curbs,
Yeah.
when you see the race cars going on from the on boards, it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. And I mean, we're going to have to change that, Dave. We're going to have to get you in a car at one point soon.
Yeah,
Mark my
I
words,
think I'm
we're gonna
past
do
that
it.
now. I think I'm too
We're gonna do
scared
it.
now. I'm counting the days as it is.
Yeah, no, fear is part of it. I mean, I've instructed over 2,000 people for their first track days. Nerves and fear is part of it. But there's two reactions that people have every time. After they've experienced it, they go, why did I wait this long to do this? And when can I do it again?
Yeah.
Those are always the same two reactions. But the first feelings are fear. It is overwhelming. But coming from the sim with the experience you have, like the overwhelming, I think, would be less of an impact. But definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've just never, I've always been into bikes. Bikes have always been my thing. So I've done track days on bikes, on my own road bikes. So I would ride to the track, you know, track it for the day, then ride it home. But of course, it's a street bike. You know, you're not going that quick, and you've always got to remember that you've got to ride it home at the end of the day. You can't do anything too crazy.
And yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I think this is it. Unless you did you want to maybe pitch and roll off, or
no? I really like. I like how it feels now. I liked how it felt, but I really like what you've done there. Because I was of the when I was tuning it, and I thought, no, I don't want. I probably won't have any pitch or roll. It will just be the surge to pitch and sway to roll. But now you've put them on, it feels absolutely fine. You know, it feels much better.
Yep. And like the big thing in mind to keep, in mind here too, and I mean, I had the same thing with Ray from Gray's Dynamic last week. If you're trying to tune effects, there are certain, like the audio aptics, that you kind of have to use the overall gain to mute it. But for most of everything you're going to do, you want to keep them at 100%. But then you want to play with your, if I open up search to pitch, actually that one's, let me do roll here. So once you have roll open, you want to play with smoothing, and then you want to play with the input limit and the motion range. So input limit is the speed. The lower the number is, the faster it is. And then for motion range, this is your stroke. So the higher that number is, and the more travel you have in the effect. So between playing with smoothing, input limit, and motion range, you can usually dial in everything very well without having to play with the additional.
So what do those numbers represent? The 11 and 1 there, is that degrees?
So degrees of responsiveness, it depends on some on effects. Sometimes there will be an actual speed.
All right, yes.
So like here, it's input limit, which is millimeters per second. So, but the input limit always refers to speed, and the lower the number is, the faster it is.
Got you.
Yeah. So we have this here. It will take me forever, but if you don't mind, once we're done, just under Profile Manager, just export this one, which I think is V3, and then I put a V3
Yeah.
after. So that way we can share that one with the Discord
Yeah, yeah.
community, and people can now
Perfect.
see and try the profile that
Yeah.
you've made today. Other than that, if at any other point you want to tweak some stuff, you have some questions, don't be shy to hesitate, because for us, when people buy a motion system from us, the motion system, the hardware itself, is only part of the solution they are
Yeah.
buying. Our expertise and this experience that you are getting now is part of
Yeah.
it. And not enough people use it, and I think that's the message that we're trying to get across. And thank you for taking the time to do this.
And you can't put a price on that either. That expertise and that know-how, what to change and what makes things better or worse, and what would suit somebody. You can't. You really can't put a price on that kind of that aftercare, really. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to do this experience
My
with
pleasure.
us. I thank you for choosing Vero as your motion solution. Next up, we'll have to get you our belt tensioners when those are going to be ready, and we'll keep getting you to try some cool stuff from us from there on out.
Pleasure to speak to you again.
Well, thank you,
Thank you
Dave.
very much indeed. Appreciate it.
Yep.